Hello everyone, my name is Aidan and I'm running for the position of president. I want to tell the story about how I got involved with the union because I think it outlines the values that I have and that would be defining my term if elected president. I became involved when helping to organize a province-wide day of action where thousands of students took to the streets to lobby the government to join in our vision of an accessible post-secondary education. This experience had me questioning the way things were, the yearly assumed tuition increases and the serious underfunding of our universities by the government. To use our favorite phrase, it is no secret that pursuing a post-secondary education has never been more expensive than today, and that's especially true at King's. I ran for board rep in my second year and have brought conversations about access to every meeting since. On Finance Committee, a success this year was demanding consultation on an arbitrary proposed $1,000 increase to FIP, where students expressed outrage and then saw this decision postponed. This is a victory for students. I know more about the financial issues at King's than I'd like to admit, but to tell you the truth, that isn't where I find hope in this university. It's with you, the students. We have students who are dedicated to fight for an accessible school. We have students who line the way to a board room, telling board members this is what a tuition fee increase would mean, and that we have a vision for our school where attending is not reserved for the elite. So what about other barriers to education? We have students centering marginalized voices in academia and student-run, student-funded conferences. We have students at the forefront of combating sexualized violence with No Means No campaign, who just last spring submitted legislature to Province House. We have students taking mental health into their own hands and offering peer support to each other when our existing services are underfunded. Ultimately, students at King's take the critical thinking that is so celebrated in liberal arts and have the courage to apply to our own campuses and our administration. So this is something to celebrate, and I want to talk how to support these students. First thing is awareness. Reality is people can't engage in the union if they don't know what we can offer them. So let me tell you about what we can offer. We have sexual health products for all genders and bodies for free. We have a photocopier that can make all your zine dreams come true. And if you want to take action on a campaign, we have materials and research to support you. A small and tangible goal for next year is that I want to see free menstrual health products offered to our members. We have incredible services. It amazes me how many people don't know that the wardroom and the galley are owned by students, which is a victory in itself. We can increase awareness of what the union does in a number of ways. Through class talks, open door policies, postering, but a huge part of this is celebrating the victories of students. So what are students doing on campus? As FVP, societies came to me and said, I want to do this cool thing. And I was like, okay, let's make it happen. How do we support this behavior? Society funding has to be known and encouraged so that societies can think big, but then also new societies have the knowledge they need so that they can get started. Another thing is community skill building. This year in counselor training, we learned how to set up mics, take ownership of our events, and learn things like media training and postering, and these are skills all student organizers can use. I want to see the KSU host these events for students. Also, I want to acknowledge that there are a lot of conversations that are lacking at our university. While most of us can acknowledge the lack of diversity on campus, we cannot have these conversations end here. I see it as a priority to engage with off-campus groups to have these important conversations. For example, we live and study in unceded, unsurrendered Mi'kmaq territory, where an incredible friendship center is a mere walk away. We started a partnership this year through the blanket exercise, and I want this to be something we continue to do yearly. The reality is we need to take responsibility for our own learning, and that starts with seeking these voices and facilitating these conversations. I want to acknowledge my own privilege while also saying the union needs to work within an anti-oppressive framework because we are a representative body and representing a wide array of experiences. While the union does great equity work, it's important to continue challenging the oppression our students face on campus and that also exist within our own organization. Primarily, I see the president as a supportive role. I've been on the board, I've been on the executive, and I hope this experience will help me support others and accelerate the inevitable learning process so we can accomplish the goals that the candidates have outlined in their platforms for next year. And next year, I really believe is going to be a pivotal one. If elected president, I will bring the concerns of our students forward to our new university president and talk about how to best support all of our students, without forgetting the vital contributions of science students, of J-School students, athletes, MJs, MFAs. This campus is incredible, but by no means perfect, and that is why I think we must be both celebratory as well as critical. Next year has a lot of potential, but there's also a lot of hard work ahead of us. I really care about this community, and if elected president, it would be an honor to get to do that work with you. Thank you.